Now I want to cross to Canberra now and catch up with former Resources Minister and Queensland MP Keith Pitt. Thanks for joining us, Keith. Given it's your neck of the woods and your connection with the resources industry, Keith, I want to start off with the very sad breaking news here about those two miners who were missing in the mine near Cloncurry. The search has been on all day, as you know. It's now been confirmed that those missing miners, Dylan Langbridge and Trevor Davis, they have been found in the mine deceased. Just a tragedy there, Keith, and a reminder of what a dangerous industry the mining industry is.
It is absolutely tragic, Chris, and one is a constituent of mine we found today once the names were released, and my thoughts are with his family. And he's got a young family. He's a local, obviously out working hard and earning to look after his family. And what do you say here, mate? It's just awful. And as you've pointed out, it can be very high risk to work in these sectors. They do everything they possibly can to keep individuals safe. I'm sure there'll be a thorough investigation by a Queensland Mining Department, Mine Safety Department. But I think for today, mate, our focus is just on the families of those two individuals that have been lost and what can be done to help them.
Yeah, just a shocking turn of events. Look, it's what we've all been dreading over the last 24 hours, but confirmed today. Very, very sad news. Let me move on to the border protection issue. As you heard me at the start, I mean, I feel so strongly about this for the same reason, because we've seen tragedy unfold, both the loss of life and the wasting of lives for years. I mean, how could any government toy with this? You can't just be flippant and pretend you can be compassionate as well as stop all the boats. It doesn't work that way. It's fallen apart twice before. Surely we can't go down that path a third time.
Oh, well, there's an answer to that, and it's pure arrogance. The federal Labor government have decided to send a message to people smugglers and a message to those that want to arrive illegally here by boats, and that is if you can get here and you wait long enough and you have enough activists sending cases to court, you'll eventually get a Labor government that will let you stay. And not only let you stay, but let you access social services, family reunions, and all of the different things that I feel for all the people who have been in the queue for a long time doing the right thing, Chris. They've now been bypassed for these individuals who came the wrong way and did arrive illegally, and for our naval personnel who, when the Armada starts again, will have to do the clean-up work. And I've spoken to any number of them, and it's not a job they want to do again, Chris, I've got to tell you.
But what about this rhetoric we hear from ABC reporters, from various Green left politicians, from other commentators? They're just saying what they were saying 20 years ago. It's like they've learned nothing. They pretend stopping the boats was just a slogan. They pretend that 1,200 lives being lost was some sort of political game, and they're suggesting that there's no risk here now.
Oh, well, we've seen this movie before. We know exactly what will happen. And the decisions the Coalition had to take to stop the boats and clean up all of the people who have been held in detention. I mean, under Labor, there was a heap of kids in detention as well, and we managed to get them all out of those areas. But, Chris, just the idea that our Navy will have to go back to potentially pulling bodies out of the sea, doing what they did when our borders were completely uncontrolled, I can't believe they've done this again.
It's such a worry.
The idea that there'll be a different outcome is wrong.
Such a worry. Thanks for joining us, Keith. I appreciate it. Keith Pitt there, live from Canberra.